Hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you come across this video. Thank you so much for choosing to spend a wee little time with me. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Everyone who's booking, making purchases off the website, pledges to the Patreon, sending things to the PO box, purchases off the wish list, all the things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. It's been the Clary stuff, all the stuff. Hello, hello, hello. I hope everyone's having a fantastic weekend. Hi, Irene, my darling dear. It's been a weekend for me. For sure. I kind of had one of the most devastating moments of my life yesterday. I'll be alright. It was definitely kind of a kick in the ass that I needed, you know? I needed a little kick in the ass. Oh, jeez. How is everyone? How is your weekend going? Hello, Jamal. Jamal? Jamal? Jamel? Tell me if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Nice. Are you doing well? I hope you're doing well. You got it, Irene. Alright, let's get an energy update for Irene in the romance category, shall we? Hey there! Alright. What's an energy update for Irene in the romance category? Okay. So I feel like there's some level of like indecision. We have the Two of Swords. Okay, we have the Three of Wands with the Emperor here. We have the Seven of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Six of Cups. This feels like past energy. Almost like a good morning, Flo. Hello, me. Anyways, back to you, Irene. There's an energy of it feels like in the past kind of having some walls up. Having some walls up, or just really kind of being like protective because of yourself, which I think is good. It was good, right? Because of some of the experiences that you've had in the past, right? With the Six of Cups here, you know, it's an energy of like protectiveness, of just kind of keeping to yourself a little bit here. or they're saying being very cautious, and there's nothing wrong with being very cautious, especially when it comes to romance and connections and relationships and things. But I feel like this over here is more of a present energy here. Okay, we have the Two of Swords, the Three of Wands with the Emperor. And the Six of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So this is you definitely like moving on, moving to calmer waters. You're moving to, you're healing from something. Okay. You're healing from something, or you've been healing from something. It probably, there's been a lot of things that you've been healing from, but I feel like romance is tied in here. You know, kind of wounding from previous romantic situations and things like that. But because it's like you're moving to calmer waters, in this situation, right? Mentally, emotionally, that type of thing. I feel like there, with this Two of Swords, it's there may be like options, or like I said, like a decision here. There's like an energy of like, with the Three of Wands is like waiting or looking at the bigger picture here. But I want to know a little bit more about this Emperor here. Hey, Shelly. I'm so glad you guys are having a good weekend. My weekend has been... We'll just say the earthquake showed up here. Hey, Redbeard. Okay. Yeah, okay. So I feel like as far as romance goes, because now we have this Ace of Cups, right? I feel like you are, there is something here that's coming. And this Ace of Pentacles looks like it's like kind of down the road here. But it feels like what's kind of going on right now is you're... It's almost like simultaneously, like, you know, this is something that you've been doing for quite some time, healing and recovering from a past situation. But also, it's like, while that's happening, some of these guards are kind of dropping. So I feel as though with that happening, there may be more people that are kind of coming towards you. Okay? But I'm trying to decide, there's an energy of this Three of Wands is kind of like giving like patience, like have a little bit of patience when it comes to this decision. Like you don't need to rush into anything. And I don't know if there's anything coming towards you. We are in Mercury retrograde, so keep that in mind. There may be something that may be reflecting a version of the past, maybe, towards you. But I do feel like there is something about maybe an Aquarius or Aquarius season, or maybe even Scorpio season. Yeah, here's that Ace of Cups. So I feel like in the energy in your romance is there's a space of you dropping some sort of walls, okay, which is going to be attracting some energies. But I feel like you're definitely releasing. It feels like it's like you've been recovering, okay, from this connection, but it feels like you're coming out of that recovery, if that makes sense. It's almost like to say, it's like I want to say you're almost in a safe zone. And not to say that you're not safe, Irene, but it's like there may be some kind of energy coming towards you currently where it's like still kind of reflecting a little bit here towards you, okay? But then it's like, I just can't help but feel like there is definitely something new, something fresh, like a different type of energy that's going to start showing up for you. Okay? But I feel like in the current energy, you may still be, I don't think it's necessarily like as, it's not exactly the same energy that you maybe are healing from, but there may be some certain qualities that may be coming towards you that may be a reflection of the past. If I hope this is making sense. That's, it's kind of what it feels like. It's like there's but it's helping you to like kind of close out this old romantic cycle here. But there is, I feel like, I don't know. I started just earlier, I said like Aquarius season, but I'm feeling like with this death, it could even be Scorpio season that you meet maybe an Aquarius. And there's kind of like this fresh start here. So it's like in the meantime, you're releasing this kind of it's like I feel like you perceive the situation correctly, you understand the situation correctly, but it's almost like your nervous system is catching up, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like it's like and with that, right? Like, you know, I feel like there's some walls that are going to drop, or there's some, yeah, something like that. I hope this is helpful, but it's, yeah, there's a little bit of like, I can see the indecision here. And I almost am kind of getting this feeling, it's like, you know, not wanting to, there's like this, it's like almost this energy of like not wanting to push away like the wrong person, right? And that's where that indecision could come from, of you know, am I just, you know, me, am I just putting myself on an island type thing, you know what I mean, Irene? Or like, and I feel like you should definitely, yeah, hermit mode, hermit energy here. I feel like currently what you're attracting is a reflection of something that you are recovering from. Okay. But I feel like, yeah, like maybe the fall, or like I said, like Scorpio season, I do feel like there's, but yeah, I hope this is making sense. I hope it's helpful. Hey, Trey. Hey, Tanisha. Hey, Fiona. You guys are wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Is everyone having a good weekend? Does it make sense, Irene? Does it seem... Because like I said, it was like I was focused on trying to figure out if there was somebody like present in your energy, but I don't think that that necessarily matters. There's yeah. Like, it doesn't matter for me, right? The message is... Oh, gosh. All right, Shelly. What does Shelly need to know? What does Shelly need to know? You're welcome. I'm sorry, guys. I may give me a minute to warm up. I'll tell you about my weekend after we're done. It's gonna be a moment of vulnerability, but okay. Shelly. Okay, we have the King of Cups, the Five of Swords. Hey, Ryan. So Shelly, please. Okay. There's an old energy that you're sweeping out here. One that kind of, I don't know, they're saying it kind of like planted itself in your, in your mind here. And I think it was just something that feels like it was like playing in the background. Now we do have this King of Cups over here. I feel like this person is watching you. At first I was like, okay, so this is the person that kind of, just has kind of been, like the energy's been lingering or something like that. But I almost feel like, tell me more about this King of Cups for Shelly. Okay. So we do have the Six of Cups, the Emperor. Okay. Okay. This is somebody from your past, but I don't know that this is, it's like their energy has changed. They are definitely watching you. But the way that they show up has changed. And I don't know if this is somebody that is showing up. You know what I mean? I don't know if this is somebody who's like, it honestly feels like this person is watching from some sort of distance. And it's like they used to show up in this Emperor energy. But now it seems like they're kind of coming through as this like King of Cups, somebody that has, for lack of better words, they're saying has been humbled here. Okay, this is somebody who's been humbled. But I feel like this person, they're watching you, and it's, it feels like they're, because the Five of Swords, I'll let you look at these pictures, right? But we have the Five of Swords, we have the Three of Pentacles, the Six of Swords with the Eight of Pentacles. The World, the Tower. I don't know if it's like this person is watching you like handle something or juggle a lot, or it feels like they've watched you go through some sort of transition. Tell me more. Why is this person watching Shelly? Six of Pentacles. There's some sort of recognition that, like, I feel like what you were giving or like there's like an energy of like mm, this is somebody who felt as though they saw themselves, they had themselves held on a pedestal higher than you. But this is somebody who's been humbled here, okay? Because they've watched you, I feel like, go from, you know, they've watched a transition here. And there's some sort of like recognition or realization. Um, they're saying about your character. Again, this is somebody who like this is somebody who definitely like I feel like they saw themselves as like better than you, and I hate to even say it that way. But it feels like they're watching, but it's like their eyes are opening to your reality, if you will. Like I don't know, like or what you've experienced, or you know the work that you've had to do, or you know what I'm saying. Like there's something in here about like what you've been doing, or what they've seen from you, or you know what I mean. Where it's like it's like they see you, right? They don't see you like they used to before. Yeah. It's like I don't know, this person, you know, I feel like again, there was like this energy of like feeling better than you, but maybe what they didn't realize is that you had a lot more on your plate than you know, than they did, or then you led on, or there was a lot more that you were managing or handling or taking care of than you know what I mean. It's this person is being humbled, and it's not, I don't want to say they're being humbled. They've already been humbled in a way. They've had some sort of eye-opening experience when it comes to like who you are. So why are we talking about this? Why does Shelly need to know about this? Why does she give a fuck? Excuse my language. Because, you know, that's somebody else's journey, you know what I mean? So why does Shelly care? Because there's some overthinking here, or it may not be conscious, it may be subconscious, where there could have been some sort of programming that was created when this person, you know, with this person and how they perceived you, you could have taken that on in some type of way. And so I feel like you're being encouraged to kind of maybe look at that, or you know, whoever this person is or really was, um, there's like a level of I don't know, maybe wanting to prove yourself. Again, it feels subconscious for sure. I feel like you need to know all this though, because it's like you can kind of put this to rest. There's an energy of like this person and how they view you subconsciously, right? It's probably from like an inner child or something like that, or you know, just a version of you in the past. It's got you kind of like restrained. You know what I mean? And it almost is bringing up like perfectionism a little bit here. Um, but it's like you can, there's something about looking at that, or just putting it to rest, just, that type of energy. Because we do have the Wheel of Fortune here. Yeah, there's somebody from your past that they have, they've kind of brought you up, to the same level as them, but it feels like subconsciously, you haven't brought yourself up, if that makes sense. And this person is watching you, but it's like you could feel stuck in certain areas because it's like that version of you is still kind of tiptoeing around what this person may think. And again, it doesn't feel consciously, it feels subconsciously. It feels like it's just like a program that's going on in the background that is just like, keeps you kind of within certain limitations, because it's like that version of you is still worried about, this person. And I totally get that. I had a whole tower moment this morning because of something very similar. Or not this morning, this weekend. So, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, makes perfect sense. I would definitely, connect with that version of you. To set her free. You know what I mean? Gotcha. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep. Perfect. Perfecto. I love you guys. You guys are the best. That was it for now. We'll hang and I'll kind of tell you guys what happened this weekend. Oh gosh. I was such a mess yesterday. So I got into a little bit of trouble. Basically, business had been really slow. And so I was kind of cutting costs in places that I didn't feel like my kids would notice. Mostly Zyla, because she'll worry. She worries. She worries about that stuff, and I can't make her stop worrying. I don't know how, And, business kind of, it goes up and down. So I cut my insurance on my vehicle. Well, business never really picked back up, and I just kind of, basically, I let it go for so long, which was never my intention, but that I got pulled over yesterday, and my registration had been suspended because I didn't have insurance. And so they impounded Lamborghini. So I was a mess. Basically, the way, obviously it was my fault. but the way that I'm viewing it as is, you know, after my grandma passed, that she passed, and I was originally I was like okay with it because I could feel like our original connection like reforming. But then when I started feeling that, I started missing her and I kind of fell into a depression. And she had been kind of sending me like subtle hints to snap out of it. And I was just sad. So I didn't listen. And that was her way of kind of kicking me in the ass yesterday. To snap out of it. Is the only explanation I can come up with. So, you know, I made a few, you know, yeah, no, they pulled me over because they ran my registration. And my registration was expired. Luckily, the holding fee is not that long. I couldn't even do anything. It was Saturday morning. Impound is, I won't be able to do. I purchased insurance that day. I have a court date in April, but it was a very emotional day for me because I don't get in trouble like that. I've never really, I've made lots of mistakes, but have never really gotten caught, I try to be very careful when I do things like that and not let it catch up with me or, stay on top of it or, I've just been really trying really hard not to let anyone down, especially on my kids. And I fucked up. I did. So, anyways, that was my weekend. It was a very devastating day. It was an emotional roller coaster yesterday. But it did, I didn't do anything that they ran it. I don't know. I don't know why they ran my registration. I was going the speed limit. What is this questioning? Are you my dad? Jeez. I don't know why they ran it. No, I'm sorry. I'm just... they were right behind me. I don't think I was speeding. I was probably going 48 and a 45. Thank you, Christine. I needed that. So, sorry, I didn't mean any, anything by that, but it just felt like, yeah, no, I wasn't, obviously being aware of the fact of that price cut, right, I drive within the rules, the regulations, the laws. I drive sober. I do all the right things, right? It just was, you know, a moment. And so, yeah, I know you guys are like, oh, what's the big deal? To me, it's a big deal because I don't, you know, because for my daughter, I'm the only person that she has. And for my son, you know, he has his dad, but still. And I've worked really hard coming over here, creating a stable environment for both of them. And also, I took a leap of faith running this business. And it's, you know, there's just a lot. So to me, it was a very big deal. You know, it was a very big deal. It was my fault, obviously, right? And I needed that kick in the ass because I made a lot of really, you know, decisions that I hadn't been making that I was just sitting on because I was almost like afraid of making the wrong decision. But I did that yesterday after I got home and allowed myself to cry for several hours. And purchased insurance and yeah. So yeah. And I agree that they need to see that life isn't always perfect because I feel like that's kind of, I didn't see necessarily like a perfect life, but when it comes to like finances and stability and things, like that was like my dad's main focus. And so, and like, I feel like he has a tendency to, and this obviously is something I need to work through, but it's like, you know, in his mind, it's like if you can't keep your shit together, then what good are you, right? And that's obviously something that I've taken on. Yeah, so don't they have those machines that just run the tags anyways? I don't know. I was going 48 and a 45. That's what I know. I noticed he was right behind me. I thought everything was going to be okay. I wasn't doing anything wrong, I guess. And, but, man, that shook up my world for sure. I don't know. I don't know why. Sorry. It's just, I don't know why. Things happen for a reason. No, I think I just needed this kick in the ass. I'm not the victim here. I'm the one that didn't have insurance. You know what I mean? I'm not the victim at all. You know, it's Yeah. But, anyways. So, um, yeah, I have court in April. And, we will go from there. I feel like I don't really have a whole lot of like bad driving history. I don't know what's gonna happen, but be careful. Yeah, no, I probably care too much, Christine. I just don't want to let down my kids. You know what I mean? Shelly, I mean, that's literally what it came down to. You know what I mean? It's like, and it's funny because Christina, friend of mine, Zyla's friend's mom, she was like the same thing. And that's literally what it came down to. You know, it was like, well, are we going to get groceries or am I going to drive, with insurance? And then it was just, you know, and again, I don't, it was a decision that I had to make. And but it's funny because Friday, I was kind of praying for like a spark to be relit, or like a, something to kind of, um, and I didn't think it was going to come this way. But it did push me in a direction, to make some decisions, um, that I hadn't been making. Um, as far as like life, you know. So, but yeah, that was my weekend. That was my earthquake. And it was like, it's so crazy how like something small like that could be so earth shattering, and it was for me. I was a mess. I know that those cops felt so guilty after they left. One, um, because I was like, bawling. They came up and gave me my tickets and said that they were going to tow the van. And the guy was like, "Are there any valuables that you need to take with you?" And I was like, "Yeah, my son's baseball gloves." I know that just jabbed him right in the heart. I didn't mean to, but because it was genuine. It was like, yeah, that's pretty much the most valuable thing I've got in here right now. But, you know, um, and I just, yeah, I'm sure. And the thing is the cop was, I think they were training. So, he probably had to go by protocol. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it was just. And what's crazy is like you guys are giving me all of this love, right? And like you're just doing your best. And it's like, but what I'm used to is, you know, not that. Not that at all. I haven't even, I didn't even call my Dad for any type of help or anything, because I just know that it would just be, man. The thing is I'm a grown-ass woman. But, yeah. Thank you for listening and not judging me. I'm hoping to be able to get it out tomorrow. Like I said, I got the insurance. I should have enough to get it out of the impound. At least I've got to pay the city that I was like pulled over in. So I've got to pay the city, I've got to pay the impound, and then I've got to pay for a new registration. So, yeah. Anyways, back to you guys. So that was kind of my weekend. How was your weekend? It's crazy to me that I have to pay the city too. Like, what the fork? You know? That is them just trying to get money, and I get that. Like, you know, that everything, right? This society is all about getting money, but it's about breaking through the fear and knowing that you'll have more than enough. Sucked? Your weekend sucked? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh no. I hope you got help yesterday for that. Oh, thanks, Christine. Yeah. Yeah, never go through that alone, for sure. It's 1:44 on the clock. It was scary, though. Nice. But, so that led to me making lots of decisions. Lots of decisions. I think I'm going to go back into the restaurant world. Not permanently, temporarily. I think I'm going to go back to school. Things like that. I love seeing 144. Nice. Can't wait to hear this story for sure. We all been through it. Yeah, Tally, that's actually what I've done, which is why I would be going back to school. Going back into the restaurant world is really just to help me get back on my feet financially, get out of any type of debt that this business has brought me into, to lead me to my next uh, my next goal in life. You know what I mean? So, you know, and just kind of having that, and the restaurant part is not the childhood thing, that would be after, but I don't necessarily want to discuss that just yet, uh, at least to the worldwide public, my goals and dreams and things like that. But yeah, so I applied for school. I sent in about my resume to a bunch of places around here. So this means that I probably will be closing personals and personal sessions and things like that. But I'm not going to disappear completely. No, thanks, Kara. Yeah, everything's gonna be okay. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not. Today, I feel a lot better. You know, obviously, there's still emotions behind it and things like that. But yeah, you know, a good friend of mine, she said, what'd she say? Hold on, let me find it. Because it was like epic. And I was like, oh, that's a good way to put it. The waves of life are really crazy, and all you can do is ride them. So, you know, I'm just riding the waves. You know what I mean? Learning how to surf. And, you know, it's honestly all good things. One, I need to get the hell out of this house. You know, since I moved to Illinois, I've worked remotely, and just taking care of the kids for the last 5 years. So I've been inside either the apartment or this house for the majority, mostly this house, for several years. And while it's been great, you know, through my healing and through restoration, like, you know, allowing my nervous system to, like, replenish, you know, and things like that. But I think it's time for me to get back out there, join the real world again. You know what I mean? With my new awareness, my new programming, my new mindset, my new energy and values and wisdom, and, you know? Does that make sense? I feel like I will add more value, which I love you guys so much. And again, I'm not going anywhere, but I feel like I don't know, I feel like I would feel more like I am in purpose. Or like I have more of a purpose. You know, I had like kind of this moment the other day where, you know, I recognized the most empowered point in my life, and I was, you know, in a position that made me feel very good. And, you know, yeah. So, yeah. So that's kind of what's going on. And I'm being vulnerable and just, I'm sure there's some sort of value to this. I don't know. But I don't look at like the business as a failure, you know. Um, I really am looking, it's kind of badass, right? Like, it's kind of dope that you know, we're almost 2 years in doing this. Um, and that's pretty cool, you know? At least I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, I agree. When one door closes, another one opens. Or two or three or four. Yeah, that's typically what you would. Yes, Kara, you're correct. Yes. You are correct. That you should not be making major life changes during Mercury retrograde. But this isn't something that's sudden. This isn't something that's new. This has been something that I've been dragging my ass on for too long. Hey, Flo. Oh, I don't know what you heard and what you didn't, but basically I had a really devastating weekend. But how's your move going, Flo? You know, I've kind of, when it comes to like being a content creator, it has nothing to do with you guys. It has everything to do with being a content creator. I it doesn't really resonate with me anymore. And again, like I said, I'm not gonna go away completely. I'm actually anticipating that when there's a lot of pressure lifted off of this, uh, that spark and that fun will come back again. You know what I mean? So, oh, I love that, Flo. I'm so glad. Yeah, it's just there's like I said, it's been an ongoing thing. You know, long time decision that I've just been sitting on. So pause time for two months? That's a good question. I'll definitely take a look at that. Tally. Oh no, no, Flo. I am going to get a full-time job. Go back into the restaurant career, not permanently, but as a transition to kind of rebalance some things financially and stuff like that. And I'm hoping that taking the weight of, financial pressure off of this will help kind of bring back the spark and the magic with it. You know what I mean? But yeah, again, I'm not, I don't know what it's going to look like. I'm still going to try to do, YouTube and Patreon and things like that. But yeah, yeah. Thanks for understanding, Flo. It's it's one of those decisions when it comes to and again, I've said this before, this is something that I manifested when I first started awakening was this channel, all of you guys, the business, and again, it has nothing to do with you, but like the actual part, there are a lot of moving pieces that either don't resonate with me anymore or I'm just not. This is something, being a content creator is something that you really gotta want and you really gotta be, you gotta have that inspiration and that spark and I just don't anymore. I just don't. And not to say that it won't come back, at some point, but I don't think that I'll ever take something, people often say, do what you love and never work a day in your life. And maybe I still have some things that I need to work through, but turning hobbies into a career actually kind of it sucks all of the fun out of it. In my experience, and that may not be for everyone, right? And also too, like I said, I have got to get out of this house. And I know we've talked about like maybe finding a part-time job or something like that, but so, but I do really miss running a restaurant or, as crazy as that sounds, I really never thought that I would miss it. But I do. I do. And again, that's not going to be a permanent thing. That's just a transitional thing to take me to where I would like to go next. But again, yeah. And it could be, kind of I've just been feeling down or whatever, or the ups and downs and things like that. But honestly, I don't think that this was ever meant to be a permanent thing for me. Not to say that I'm not meant to be a business owner or that I'm not meant to kind of, do my own thing because, when I connected with some of my like childhood dreams, you know, which is what my focus is going to be moving forward, right? And the restaurant is just a transition. Um, you know, I think that this was an opportunity, like I said, for me to heal, for me to become so in tune and in touch with myself and the universe, and you know, and to develop in certain ways. But yeah, a food truck would be super cool. Right on, Shelly. I'll look into that. But you know, we talk about often, you know, doing things, making sure that you do things that, you know, follow your bliss, and collective readings. I mean, reading for personals, I love that. Doing these live donations, I love that. You know, things like that. But it's almost like the content creator wheel is just as, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like a hamster wheel in itself. You know what I mean? And again, you gotta. Hey, Tink. And it's, you know, it's good when you love it or you want to do it. But yeah, like I said, it's just not. It was never meant to be a permanent thing. Right? It was an opportunity for me to see my ability and my power to create what it is that I want. And also for me to see, you know, how intuitive I am. You know. Ah. And lots of different things, but yeah. Not a permanent thing. And I don't know how quickly this transition will go. You know, like I said, I put out some applications and things like that and sent out my resume and yeah. Yeah, flow. Exactly. Help me find my value and my worth, and all of you were a part of that. Helping me accept myself, especially today when I'm like telling you about one of my most devastating moments that I've had in several years. You know, and still feeling the love, you know what I mean? And the acceptance, that's important for sure. It helped us develop this community, which I'll never like walk away from, or, you know, I still plan on, you know, planning the retreat. And like I said, there's still going to be like little things here and there, but, you know, sometimes we go into hermit mode, um, and it's time for me to come out and, um, yeah. But it definitely put a lot of things into perspective. And like I said, I mean, I literally applied for college yesterday and sent out my resumes to a bunch of different places and like yeah, exactly, Flo. I don't want any of you to like um you know, I think I've held on for as long as I can. And not like it's yeah. Anyways, yeah, it is going to be great, Tink. For sure. No, I'm excited, to be honest with you. I am very excited um, to get back out there and, you know, not to say that you guys are not the real world, but to be in presence of other people and have an impact that way. And, you know, I just feel like Rapunzel a little bit, you know? Oh, Shelly, I've been sending out my resume all over the place for a few months now. Yeah. Right. And like I said, um it's taken a toll on me, you know, kind of being and it's like, you know, most content creators, right? They go out into the world and they they explore and they do things, but the business just hasn't been generating the funds in order for me to do that. You know, but there's a lot of weight on it, you know. Me, the kids, the bills, investing further into the business, all of these different things, right? And it again, it you know, it lasted as long as it should, you know. Um, Maybe Shelly, I don't know. You know what I mean? I really don't know, but um, I'm excited about what's to come next. And again, like I said, and I won't go all the way. You know, like I said, I'm still gonna plan the retreat. I'm still going to do the YouTubes and the Patreon with inspiration, right? Rather than just going with emotions because I feel obligated to do so because this is our livelihood is like weighing on it. You know, that's what it's become, and that's not. I don't like that. That's not what it started out as, and I would like to shift it back around. You know what I mean? Thanks, Shelly. I agree. Exactly, Christina. Oh, Tink, you're the best. Hey, Dom, you can. Yeah, I'm just hanging out. We're just chatting. I had been through everyone that had already donated, so which and Shelly also sent in for somebody to get a free boy if anybody's wanting that spot. But yeah, and again, it like this part, this wave, right, that I was on, it served so much purpose. It served so much purpose. Like I cannot express that enough. And like I was afraid of letting it go because I was afraid of like if I go back out into the world, well then that's me going backwards. And that's not it at all. It was like I was brought here, right, to kind of go through this rebirth, and now I can go back out there and be this, you know, this better version of me that was hidden underneath all the mud and the muck, you know? So, I'll definitely do that, Shelly. Dom, you don't need to apologize. What's your question, babe? But yeah, and I think I think it was good for me to do all of this out loud, also, right, for other people to see, and you know, I don't know. Ultimately, though, my goal is to flip houses. So I'm going to go back to school, get a little business degree. You don't need a realtor's license to flip houses, but it does give you certain resources that you may not have without it. So while I go back into the restaurant business, work on all of paying off, any type of debt or getting ourselves, back stable and things like that, then saving up money for like my first investment. And then, and so I do plan on getting a realtor's license as well, just to have that extra little foundation. And, when I was younger, that was like yeah. I loved watching people flip houses. I loved the design. I love the decoration. I love everything about it. I always have. And I think that would just be so much fun. So, as of right now, those are future goals. But nobody's going to come save me, right? And I've known that, but it was like yesterday I had this moment where it was like, totally grandma, where she, like I said, she gave me this kick in the ass. Like, bitch, you are not done. You better get the fuck up and keep going. Yeah, remember how much I love that? Like, and it's always been a thing that I've loved. It's always been something that I've wanted to do. But I've never, yeah, exactly. And also, like, connecting with the spirit of the house, I think, too, and bringing that kind of out, I think will also be really fun. Like, see, there's so many different things how I can take what I have, learned on this journey and apply it to the next wave, right? The next stage in my life. So, yeah, going back into corporate world is not a permanent thing. It's just a transition to get me where I want to go next. And, yeah. I got myself mentally and emotionally stable, and now I need to get myself financially stable. is what's next. No, Tink, you're so sweet. But I remember there was that one show, Dom, I'm coming, I promise. There was that one show, you remember, I forget what it was called, but they would find people that really were living in like not so great conditions, and then they go like flip their house for free. And granted, they gave them this extravagant thing that these families couldn't maintain. A lot of those houses ended up in foreclosure after the flip and stuff. But I just remember getting so emotional and just like crying at that show of like, I would love to do that. I would love, because like your home is where the heart is, which granted, but it's your sanctuary, right? It's an important piece of this journey. And so like, I think that would be so cool to like build it up to like, to a point where rather than like, I even thought about like, long down the road where I could make like a shipping container community for people who are in need, or you know what I mean, or like things like that. I think that would be so fun. I think that would be the coolest. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Thanks for supporting me and making me feel good about where I want to go. All right, back to you, Dom. I wasn't going to tell anyone, but I'm just so excited about it. Yeah. In my area, there are a lot of people, that could use something like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Would that be cool? You could, find investors to like donate for like things like that and build, or, start a nonprofit, or, I don't know. Isn't it exciting? Tally, no, it's okay. No, honestly, I thought about that with like, I think it would also be really cool to run like an Airbnb, right? That's on a farm that is like, has a little cafe in it that's like, where we kind of like serve all of our own food and things like that, like fresh food. And the B&B could be ran by like, it would also be kind of associated with like some sort of shelter, and it could be ran by those that are in the shelter. Like when it comes to those ideas, like I have so many ideas, and it's like I feel like I've been trapped inside this house and with very limited funds. And so it's like I feel like I again kind of like that Austin Powers, like and so yesterday was the kick in the ass that I needed to just go for it, But yeah. But I gotta, take some steps before that, right? I gotta get, financially sound and things like that. And that's what going back into the restaurant world will do for me. It will help me get there. All right, Dominique, what do you need to know? What does Dominique need to know? I love you guys. So if you think I could ever leave you completely, then you're totally nuts. Happy birthday, Tink! If I don't talk to you tomorrow, but I probably will. Yeah, it's been kind of missing. All right, Dominique. Sometimes we awaken. Dominique, this is not your message. It could be your message, but this isn't your, it just is coming through. Sometimes we awaken and that was my original thing was, I need to be in purpose, and I'm awakening and I'm a healer. And so my purpose must be to be in this spiritual world, like, and you know, have a spiritual career and things like that. But you know, we've talked about this a lot of times before, where it's really just your energy. You know, you hold a frequency and you can, you know, plant seeds and give wisdom and do all those things in so many environments. Wherever you want to be at, you can be that person, you know? So, anyways, all right, sorry, Dom. Okay. All right. What does Dominique need to know at this time? The lovely Dominique, in which we love so much. Okay, that was the Four of Pentacles. It kind of flipped out here, but it flipped back in. So we'll see if that applies, if that is applicable. Oh, okay. See, we had the Knight of Pentacles come out, okay? That Four of Pentacles is holding on to something or holding back, right? Staying still, staying stagnant, right? You got your, you know, in that card, she had her bags packed, but she was just sitting on them, just kind of waiting, you know? But then the Knight of Pentacles came out with this Empress. Ooh, I like that. Okay, tell me more. So I feel like there is a cycle that's ending where, you know, the cycle is or was, you know, that you could have been, you know, I feel like it's more so holding back. I feel like it's restricting yourself in some type of way. Yeah, and there is some sort of, with this Knight of Pentacles, that's you kind of being like, all right, well, let's do this. You know what I mean? Like, let's go ahead and take the first step. What is the first step? Type of energy. But then we have this Empress with this Page of Pentacles right after that. And that makes me feel like it's like you're going to attract, I don't know what this is entailing, what this is involving here, but I feel like you're going to attract. This Page of Pentacles is like either a message about an opportunity or it's an opportunity. It's definitely something in the tangible, the physical world. So it feels like there's something that's going to be like moving forward for you here. Yeah. And whatever this Page of Pentacles is, it's like 10 of Cups. It's like super wish fulfillment here. So I feel like, Dominique, if there is like some sort of area where you've just been kind of like sitting on something or holding back, or I heard waiting for the right time, or something like that, then I just heard like the time is now. Okay. You know, there is, if not now, then when is kind of coming through. You know, there is, I just heard there is no better time than now. So, and it's not like you have to, you know, go from 0 to 60 super fast, right? It's just one step that will lead you right there. You know what I mean? And it feels like, you know, whatever it is, you're going to be attracting, especially with this Empress here, you're going to be attracting, you know, something that is aligned, something that is perfect, right? So, you know, yeah. Anything else for Dom? Yeah, it's like the moment that you kind of get off the suitcase, right? The moment that you're like, all right, what do I gotta do, right? What's the first step? How do I get this started, right? Like that type of thing. There's a new cycle that begins. And that's where it's like these this blessing. I want to say these, so I feel like you know they're. I will say though that Dominique, that there may be somebody who's like disappointed with your happiness. They may feel disappointed that you are moving on to things that you, I don't know. I don't know why. It could be a water sign, feminine energy, okay? Um, so you will have that. There will be somebody that you may pick up on their energy or something like that, but ultimately it's like the moment that you make the decision, right? That's when it all comes tumbling in. I get that. Oh, the Empress and a teacher degree? That checks out. That checks out for sure. And we have the Page of Pentacles. Pages are kids, right? And the Ten of Cups, that's fulfillment. Absolutely. Okay. I get the sense that, you know, now kind of knowing what you said here, especially with this, you know, this Queen of Cups, you know, there are a lot of children who go home to homes that are not present, are not aware, are not healed, and things like that. And I could see how your energy, and all of, you know, just who you are as a person, this nurturing energy, all of that would be exactly perfect. Yeah. There may be a little bit of, you know, confirmation. There could be somebody that is a little disappointed, right? But I think it's not necessarily disappointed in you, but more so just maybe probably disappointed in losing you as a student, maybe. You know what I mean? I don't think disappointed is the right word. It's almost like, man, I hate to see you go, you know? But I think, you know, with knowing where you're headed, you know, surely no professor could really be that disappointed. You know? Tally, I've not read that book. Yeah. Yeah, no, that was very clear. That it's like you'll attract what you need with that Page of Pentacles for sure. For sure. Okay, Tink, are you still here? We need Tink to stand up, please. Oh. I'm going to write that down. The Best Seat in the Universe, that's what it was called. Looking for a good book. Always looking for a good book. Is she still here? Christina. I still haven't checked them out, but I will. Thanks, Dominique. Yeah, I think I can too. I think it'll be fun. Again, there's a lot of foundation that I gotta lay before I can get to that point, but I know I can do it. Hey, Kristen. I'm so glad to hear you're doing good. Flo, thank you. You're so kind. You didn't have to do that. Also, though, just a little further, we had the date set for the retreat, but I realized that, you know, not if, but when Michael's team goes into the, what's the word? Why am I drawing a blank? Tournaments, okay, at the end of the season, that can run into late July. So the retreat is being pushed back just a couple weeks to one of the first weekends in August. This is still, I'm hoping to be able to have it announced and available, like, you know, up for you guys to like get your, you know, place or whatever. By like, I'd say no later than the end of April. Did Tink leave? What in the world? Shelly, if she didn't show back up by the time that we go, I will do a little reading for her and email it to her. Yeah, I think I've been keeping some things to myself and just you know. But hopefully she shows back up. What's up, Maui? Tink went tinkle. You're so funny. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna let him out. Chat amongst yourselves. I'll be back. So then another funny story about yesterday. He printed my tickets, and I forgot that he said, you know, because I was all emotional or whatever. I forgot he said it looks like 4, but it's only 2. So yesterday when I like had calmed down, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna look at these. I was like, 4 tickets. Oh, silly. there's still lots to do, but you're in there, and I love to hear that. So you've got like stuff in there, like, you know, your stuff in there to like, so you can sleep and stay overnight and things. I mean, the one cup was really hot. Sorry, I'm gonna go get Maui. It's like raining out there. Hold on. Anyway, sorry. In and out, up and down, round and round. I'm hoping somebody will be at least worth looking at the court, but you know, who knows? Yeah, no, the one cop that was clearly training, yeah, you could tell that, I don't know, he was going to be a very kind and compassionate and considerate cop. And I almost feel like he couldn't handle my crying. Oh my gosh, Flo. Look at you, living in paradise. That sounds amazing. I love that for you. Oh, sure. Moving is a lot. Definitely get as much rest as you can. Hold on, let me see if I can find her. Boop, 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 boop. Her name is not Tink. That's perfect. So like, is that so like a smaller town then? I love a small town. That's what I was doing, looking for Tink. Hello. Get it together. Go here. Okay, I emailed her. Nice. The outskirts are perfect. Christina, what do you mean trans country? Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, that's a long way. Florida's beautiful. Um, but I dated somebody who now lives in Florida a couple years ago. And we catch up every once in a while. Well, not really anymore, but anyways, in the last couple months, he said, that it's kind of become overcrowded, but where isn't, I guess, probably. Yeah, spring break would be exciting every year. Probably more than just spring break. The weather here this weekend, it has been yucky and rainy. We had a really great week, not this past week, but the week before. It was like super shiny and beautiful. Um, but then this week it's just been kind of like meh. Arizona. I've heard so many good things about Arizona. Flo and Fiona would be able to tell you better than me for sure. Yep. Just yucky. Sure, Kristen. What's your question? Oh, I love this song. Can you guys hear it? Can you paint me a Birmingham? Make it look just the way I plan. Haven't heard this song in forever. Alright. What does Krista need to know? There's some sort of new beginning that I feel like is coming. Okay. With the Wheel of Fortune here, like it may not be completely new because we have the Fool 2.0 here. With the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Wands. But for some reason, I feel like there's either someone or something. I feel like you need to protect this. Okay, so there may be a lot of energies that are like kind of flocking towards you here. It's because they can sense that the wheel is spinning for you. Okay. Yeah, they can sense that the wheel is spinning for you, that there is this kind of new path that you're going to be taking, all right? These energies are very indecisive about their own life. They don't know what they want. They don't know where they're going. They don't, you know what I mean? So it'll just be good for you to protect your energy, your space, this kind of new cycle from them. It doesn't mean you have to like, you know, totally get rid of this person in your life, but don't allow these people to influence this new cycle. Okay? Don't allow these people to influence the decisions that you're making or anything like that here. Okay? Because it feels like whatever it is that you're choosing, whatever decision or whatever direction that you're going in, it's not necessarily like completely new. It's like a fresh start or something like that in some type of way. So, yeah, this is kind of what's going on though. Oh my gosh. You're welcome, Kristen. Is it like one of those screen rooms? Like what are those called? But maybe they have windows too. I love those. My grandparents in one of their houses, well, they only had two my whole life, but they had one of those kind of like rooms that was like, you know, it was like a back porch type thing, right? But it was mostly all windows, and it was, um, there's screens and things like that on them, so you could open the windows in the right season. We ate a lot out there because it was just so cozy. Just so cozy and comfy. Nice. That'll be so good for like really any time, but I miss being able to. I don't have a covered porch on either the front or the back of my house, so I miss being able to kind of sit and listen to and watch the rain in those warmer seasons. I love that flow. How'd you do parking the truck? Did you do good? Yeah. I love that. Nice. Well, you guys, it sounds like Zyla will be coming home soon. So, I'm going to get off here and get ready for her arrival. Then her friend's mom is going to help me go get Michael. But yeah, listen, I love you guys. I love you very much, and I hope that you have a fantastic evening. Thank you for hanging out. Shelly, I did send Tink an email, so when she emails me back, I will take care of that reading that you so generously purchased for her. And thanks for being there for me. Just holding space and listening and not judging me. I appreciate that quite a bit. So, anyways, love you guys.